First thing you're going to notice when you come in and sit down, if your previous RoGator operator, is altogether different operator station. All the controls are completely different than the old RoGator. So when you sit down, you pull the steering wheel back, you're going to see a new dash. The keys off here to the right. There is a coil, so if it's cold out, you will see the coil light up. You need to let the engine grid heat up if it is cold to start. There is an automatic battery disconnect now. There is no disconnect outside or manual. It's automatic. Every time you shut the machine off, 30 seconds after you shut the key off, the disconnect will hit. So to start it up, just reach over and hit the key. It takes a second, and then it fires right up. Notice the parking brake light is on. We have a fuel gauge right here. We've got engine temperature. We've got pressure, and we've got a diesel exhaust fluid gauge right there. Over here, next to the hydro handle, now is parking brake and some other controls. This is the parking brake. This is the automatic throttle. This is the road field mode switch. But to make it move, if we release the parking brake and then we look up here, we'll notice that the ladder is coming up, but also notice that the parking brake lever stays on. It's out of park, but it's kind of holding itself because we have not chosen a direction yet. No, the parking brake is off and the light on the dash is on. To move, if you look down here on the side of the handle, there is a button right there. If I push and hold that button and then stroke the handle forward, I will start moving forward. When I start moving forward, which we're moving forward, this green light will come on. If I come back and I pull this back to stop, and I have stopped, that green light will stay on for a few seconds, then it goes off, the parking light's back on. So from a stop, if you push the button and pull back, push the button and hold and pull back, then we get a switch like a light like that. When we stop, same thing. I have stopped moving backwards, comes back on. We're now in neutral. With that light on the dash off, when I hit this lever, nothing happens. But the minute I hit the button, choose a direction, let go of the button, now I'm chosen forward. Once you are moving, you don't have to hold that button any longer, and it drives about like a CVT. So the further you push it and the longer you push it, the quicker you pick up speed. Same thing on slowing down. And if you move this stick gingerly, you will pick up speed gingerly. If you mash it forward and mash it backward, you're probably going to be thrown around in the seat a little bit, as it is going to react very abruptly. But anytime you pull it back and the vehicle stops moving, within a few seconds it's back into neutral and the stick does nothing. If you're traveling along forward and let go of the switch, as you can see we're moving forward, and I hit the button and pull back, it'll come to a stop, and then all of a sudden it goes into forward. Same thing when you go to first. See, so you can change directions very quickly by pushing the button and hitting the other direction. The screen, you'll notice when you go from forward to reverse, when you're in forward, it might look a few different ways because there's some different views that we can have this screen set up in. But when you're in forward, it will look something like this. Anytime I choose reverse and I start moving backward, you'll notice that the camera shows up. Every machine is shipped with a rear mounting camera, and when you're in reverse, that will revert to a camera. When it times out, it goes back to the main screen. So we're back in neutral and the camera disappeared. When you're done maneuvering the machine around, don't worry about the Viper 4. It's hooked to the key. So when you're ready to shut the machine off, you just reach up, turn the key off. The Viper 4 will ask you if you want it to shut down, but it will automatically shut down in a few seconds anyway. You do not have to do a battery disconnect. As I said earlier, there is an automatic battery disconnect that will click sometime after around 30 seconds after you've shut the key off.